And as you're focusing on finding that stillness in the mind, focusing on finding the calmness in your breath. With each inhale, trying to fill up that belly a little bit more. So in through the nose, trying to fill up the belly like a balloon. Out through the mouth, allowing the belly to drop back towards the spine. With each inhale, see if you can add a second. With each exhale, match your inhale. Allowing everything to come to stillness, everything to come to rest. Just preparing for our practice today for some movements. Forgetting anything that's happened already today, anything that's still yet to come, just finding your breath and finding these present moments. So when you're ready, just gently starting to blink open the eyes. I'm going to start with a little bit of seated cat-cow. So start to bring the chin down to the chest, roll the spine. On an inhale, start to lift and open through the collarbones and looking up. Exhale as you begin to round. Inhale, lifting and opening through the chest. Just working between the two. Rounding through the spine. Inhaling, lifting and opening. Exhale, round. Making this big or small, finding more movement or less movement, working with whatever your body feels like it needs today. And then coming back to the center, we're going to slide the ribcage to one side, so keep those sit bones nice and grounded. Sliding and sliding. So just finding that nice space between the ribs and the hips. Noticing where you feel that movement the most. Giving it permission to let go. And then taking that into a nice circle of the ribs around the hips. So we start to belly dance, that seated belly dance movement. See if you can combine the two movements we've just done. And think about maybe allowing that head to kind of roll and flop with it. You'll almost be figure of eight, sliding the head in the opposite direction. And then start to reverse your circles. With or without that head, you choose. A little belly dance, a little bit of nice rotation and movement for the spine. Just coming back to center, placing one hand down, lift the other arm up and over, find a nice little C shape into the spine. Keep those sit bones grounding, bending the elbow towards the floor wherever it manages to get to. Inhale to lift and exhale over to the other side. Inhale as you lift, take a little twist, one hand on the opposite knee, lift through the collarbones, lift through the crown of the head. Inhale to center and exhale, rotating to the other side. And then gently coming back to the center. So just rolling over those knees, coming onto all fours. Grounding through both hands, so spreading the fingers nice and wide. And making sure those wrists are under the shoulders and knees are under the hips. So we're going to start with a little bit of core working, warming up that core. So just start to take the opposite hand and leg long. And then exhale, start to round through the spine, push the floor away. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale. Lengthening, exhale, place the hand and knee back down, swapping sides. So inhale to lengthen the arm and leg away, push the floor away, find length. Exhale as you round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to round. Inhale, lengthening and place the hand and foot back down. So just tucking the toes under, start to lift those hips and walk the feet towards the hands, bending the knees as much as you need to get there. And then just start to fold over the legs. And you can bend the knees as much as you need here as well. Pop that tummy on the thighs and just find that connection and then find the breath. Taking a deep breath. If it feels nice to start lifting the hips, you can lift and you can clasp opposite elbow with the hands. Maybe just starting to gently sway, find some length through the backs of the legs. So retuning into that breath, maybe rocking forward and backwards or side to side. Dangling pose. And then just come to stillness for one round of breath. Keep those hands clasping the elbows. And then keeping the elbows above the head on an inhale, start to lift, finding a length through the spine, coming up to stand. And then we're going to take one elbow up and over to find a little C bend into the spine. So a banana shape, finding that nice side bend, will stretch under and into that armpit. If you want a little bit more, take the same leg as the elbow that you've lifted and place it behind the opposite foot. Maybe feeling into the side of that leg as well now. Inhale to come back to straighten out those feet. Going over to the other side, so pull and lift that elbow up and over, finding length, maybe stepping that same leg behind. Finding the breath. Banasana banana pose. Inhale, coming back to center, release those arms, roll the shoulders. And then coming to mountain pose. So just spreading those toes nice and wide, big toenails touching, a little soft bend in the knees. Tuck the tailbone under, reach the shoulders down and back, finding a length. Just lifting the chin gently, closing the eyes. And just for a moment, feeling whatever you feel coming up from that ground. Coming up from the earth beneath you. Maybe at the moment, lots of fear, frustrations, maybe some negative feelings coming up. That's okay. It's all very natural to feel all of these things. But we just want to let them go. Try not to attach to any thoughts or feelings that don't feel good for us. So imagine them filling up through your legs, going up through the body and out through the crown of the head. Releasing them out to the universe. And maybe taking a moment to breathe in deeply, pulling that love and energy from the universe in through the crown of the head. And sending it down through your toes. And when you're ready, if you're not already at the front of your mat, just coming to the front of your mat, blinking open the eyes. Inhaling, lifting the arms wide to send the light up to the ceiling, up to the universe. Exhale, diving forwards into your forward fold. Inhaling, coming to fingertips or shins for that flat back. And exhale to fold. Stepping back for that first round into your plank. You can bend your knees if you need to. Squeeze the elbows into lower all the way down. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Little baby cobra starting to warm up. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes. We can push back first through that little half child's pose. Lift the hips and come to your first down dog. Just walking through the heels when you get there. So just gently wriggle through the hips. Little gentle lengthen, one leg at a time. One heel down, then the other. And then just finding stillness, pushing that floor away from you, lengthening the heels, doesn't matter if they touch, lifting the hips. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Looking between the hands on an inhale, bend the knees, step or jump the feet to the hands, come to that halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, sweep the arms wide enough. Exhaling the hands down. I don't know if you heard that, but my fingers clicked massively as I jumped in. This made me giggle. So going again, round two. Surya Namaskar A, sun salutation A, bringing that sunlight in from outside. That beautiful day that's out there. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, fingertips or shins. Exhale to fold. So step or jump if you're ready to jump. Bend the elbows as you land. Otherwise, plank and squeeze those elbows into lower down. Maybe rolling over toes, lifting the shins this time for up dog. Exhale, pushing hips high and back or through that little child's pose. First into your down dog. So finding that belly breath. We always use the belly breath to keep the body calm, the mind calm. And to help us work through our postures, it's also good to notice that if we're holding any postures, which we'll do in a little while, if we start to be able to, if we can't breathe, we're struggling with that breath, we know we're probably too deep, too far into the posture. So inhale, looking between the hands, bend the knees, step or jump the feet to the hands, come to that halfway lift. Let's click, exhale as you fold. Sweep the arms, widen up, exhaling the hands down. So we're going to go through a little bit of flow from here, so we won't take another full sun salutation, we'll add some other little bits in. So on an inhale, we're inhaling and lifting, coming to extended mountain, exhaling, diving forwards into that fold. Inhale, fingertips or shins. Exhale as you fold. This time just bend the knees and you're going to step the left foot back. Keep the right foot where it is, hands framing that front foot. If you need to adjust, just adjust. Try and get that knee over the ankle. So we're in a low lunge. We can stay with the leg lifted at the back, or we can drop that knee. Inhale, start to sweep the chest up, lifting the arms, coming into that crescent lunge. Maybe the toes stay tucked for balance, maybe they untuck, allowing you to deepen that hip flexor stretch of the left leg. Shoulders drawing down, arms, fingertips straight and strong. Maybe looking up with that eye gaze. Taking a breath here. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, coming into cactus arms. Elbows at 90. If you feel good for this, a little baby back bend. Start to lift and open that chest, open that heart, send the love out to the universe. It needs all the love it can get right now, we all do, so sending out whatever you can, knowing that love is abundant. There's never a limit on how much there is. Placing those hands down to your frame, that front foot, untuck the toes at the back, keep that back leg lifted, keep the left hand down, peel the right arm up like a bow and arrow, start to rotate towards that front knee. Dropping the back knee if you need to here, otherwise pushing the knee up towards the ceiling, pushing the heel away from you. It's a little revolved lunge, just finding that breath. Maybe take a couple of circles of the arm here. So circling that right arm round, following it with your eye gaze. And then taking the hand behind, looking behind, maybe we start to lift off that left arm coming into revolved high lunge. We can look back, we can look straight to the side, we can even look to our front hand, whatever feels most comfortable here. Then windmill those hands back down to frame the front foot. Step the back foot to the front of the mat and just allow yourself to fold. Maybe the backs of the hands rest or fall towards the floor. Taking one round of breath here, then place the hands down, little bend of the knee, step that right foot back and long, coming into that low lunge. Dropping that back knee, either toes stay tucked for stability or untuck. Inhale, start to lift the chest, lift the arms, sweep the arms, widen up. Exhale, take them round, interlace the fingers, extending those arms behind. So we get to open that chest this time a little bit further, open that heart even more. Let my heart be open to give and receive all the love in the universe. Finding that breath, little baby back bend, extending further if it feels good. One more breath. Allow those hands to come down to frame that front foot, maybe lifting and straightening that back leg. So keeping the right hand down. This time, peel the left arm up and open towards the ceiling, rotating towards our left bent front leg. So we can extend into that back leg. We can drop the back knee if we need to. And think about this shoulder. Is it kind of just hanging in the air? Can you draw the shoulder blade down and back and have a strong arm? Reaching through fingertips. Start to circle that arm, maybe following it with the eye gaze. Exploring into those movements and taking that arm behind. So left arm is looking behind, coming up into right fingertips or lifting up, coming into wobbles our high rotated lunge. So we can keep that eye gaze forwards or to the side. Finding that breath, drop the back knee if you need stability, then windmill those hands round to frame that front foot. And this time, step that front foot back, coming into down dog. So just finding length through the back of each leg, or finding stillness when you hit your down dog. Fingers spread wide, push the floor away from you to separate shoulder blades, having that strong upper back. So we often see down dog kind of performed maybe longer here, and chest and shoulders sinking through. This is not where we want to be. We want to open those shoulder blades away from one another, push the floor away strong. Then we can relax the head a little, nod yes or no. So just finding a few deep belly breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. In that down dog. So extending through the left heel, bend the right knee, start to lift the right leg, lifting and opening the knee here. So we're going to split dog. Now maybe you want to rotate this leg here a few times. Maybe you want to actually open and look under the armpit. So explore here your chance to have a little play in split dog. And then just hold still for one moment. Looking between the hands, come up onto the left toe, start to bring that right knee through. Hover it, nose, knee to nose. And then send it back, open the hips, split dog. Hovering one more time, knee to nose. Weight comes over the shoulders. And then give it a little help if you need to, or place it between the hands. We're going to drop the outside of that back left foot. So we turn the foot to 45 degrees. On an inhale, keeping hips and shoulders square to the front edge, we're coming into warrior one this time. We're sinking down, finding our nice warrior one, maybe looking up. And then just start to open that back heel, coming into warrior two. Just going to swap sides so you can see my face and not my butt. So sinking in, finding that warrior two. That was my leg, I was on my right leg. Sinking down and low, flip that front palm, reach forward, send it back, coming into reverse warrior. Maybe you start to straighten that front leg, maybe reach the hand up and back. Finding that breath. Coming back to warrior two. Flip the palms, face over that front leg, reverse, lift the back heel, coming into the lunge, lift the right foot back into plank. So drop the knees if you need to here. Squeeze the elbows lowering down through a vinyasa. Inhale, baby cobra, or lift up dog. Exhale, we can push back first, or lift those hips up into down dog. I don't know that one. Alexa talking to me. Weird. She always randomly chimes in, I'm not sure why. So I'm just going to turn myself around. So this time, inhale, lift into the right, left leg lifts, right heel extends towards the floor, finding that split dog. And again, have a little explore here, circling, moving into the hip or opening, looking under the armpit. And then looking forward, coming onto the right toes, bring that right knee in and under, left knee in and under, sorry. Hover, send it back on the inhale, exhale, drawing the knee in, hover, push the floor away, find space, and then bring that foot in between the hands. Turn the right foot 45 degrees, keep the hips, shoulders square to the front edge, inhale. Warrior one, lifting up chest. Trying to square everything off to the front edge of your mat. Finding a breath. Opening out into that warrior two. Sinking into that front knee. Finding deep belly breath. Flip the front palm. Reach that left hand back and over. Reverse warrior. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe extending that front leg, you might find that side bend increases. One more breath. Inhale, coming back to center. Keep windmilling those hands over that left foot. Step the foot behind. Find that vinyasa flow. So drop the knees if you need. Squeeze the elbows to lower down. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest. Tip back or lift those hips straight up into down dog. So we often come to down dog for a rest, but if you'd like to come to child's pose, of course, it's always an option. So just allowing that head to be completely relaxed, let go. Little nod, yes or no, neck holding no tension. Finding one more round of breath. Looking between the hands, bend the knees, step or jump those feet to the hands, come to the halfway lift. That nice flat back, maybe finding those hands just under the knees to find that long spine. So we're looking probably just in front of the tops of our mats to keep the neck and spine neutral as well. Just gently draw the tummy in, but lengthen through the backs of the legs and the back. As you exhale, I'm going to step those feet apart slightly and fold. We can bring our fingertips to make a little circle around our thumbs, or take an option to bend the knees as much as you need to. Place the hands underneath the soles of the feet. So drop the head here, keeping the knees bent perhaps, keeping the tummy on the thighs. And then start to lengthen the hips towards the ceiling as much as your body allows. Again, a little nod, yes or no, with that head. Letting go of anything in the neck, allowing that upper back to be opened and lengthened. In through the nose and out through the mouth, connecting back to the belly breath. One more round of breath here. So releasing the left toes, little challenge for you here. Left hand on left hip. Start to lift into that flat back position. I know your right hand is kind of trapped. You can bend your knees here if you need to, coming into that kind of semi-squat. We're going to see, you can move your hands free a little bit, keep hold of the front of the toes. Can you lift and lift that leg with you? If not, don't worry, just come up and lift that right leg out in front. You may be holding onto the tops of the toes, maybe you prefer to hold underneath the legs. Of course, if you have a strap here, you could use your strap. Doesn't matter if that leg is bent or straight, just a little challenge for some transitions, but really don't worry however you get into this. If you would like to adjust, maybe grabbing hold of that big toe with your peace fingers instead of holding the top, you can adjust here. So standing hand to foot pose, start to take the leg wide. Just going to turn around to face you. Legs turning, bringing them out to the right side. Keep lifting the crown of the head tall, keep breathing. Finding that breath. And if you find you're wobbly, refocus that eye gaze, come back in, doesn't matter if we fall. We always just have to get back up. Take the leg back to the center, let go with the hand, keep squeezing that leg to lift through the thigh. Find the breath. Smile. I always teach this in class and I look around and I love the concentration faces because everyone's like, oh, it hurts. So I just remind everyone, smile, it's okay. This too shall pass. And relax and give that leg a little massage if you need. I know it feels a bit hard work. So we don't have to do our transition, but if you'd like to, we can take a little fold and come down and just place our left hand under the left foot. We can bend the knees again if we need to. Right hand might be on the hip. Find a little bit of length through the spine. Bringing the hands to the front of the foot as we inhale. See if we can lift. Or just come into it the normal way, lifting the leg. And maybe we start to use those hands. Adjust the hands so we have the big toe gripped with our peace fingers. So keep lifting the chest up and back, crown lifting towards the head, the ceiling. Finding our belly breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Start to take the leg wide. Keep lifting through the crown of the head. Keep finding that breath. Fix the eye gaze on something that's not moving. Keep that drishti, that eye gaze, solid to help keep you balanced. Smile. Bring the leg back to center. Keep pushing through or squeezing through the quads to keep that leg lifted. Maybe the toes are pointed, maybe the foot's flexed. Maybe a bit of both. Maybe you're getting cramp. Breathe, relax the shoulders, smile. 3, 2, 1, and give that leg a little massage to release. We're going to come into dancer's pose next. So if you'd like to turn If you've got a wall, by the way, you can always use your wall. So our dancer's pose. We're going to reach our right hand back, start to bring the right foot up. And we would ideally want the hand on the inside of the big toe. So as we start to extend the knee behind, keeping the chest lifted if we can, we're squeezing through the hip to extend the leg behind. We're pushing the foot into the hand and the hand back into the foot. So our left hand might be out in front, might be doing something pretty here, or we can keep that left hand on our thigh. Try not to twist and rotate here. This is a different posture. We want to keep those hips forwards and keep the square, shoulders square to maybe the short end of the mat if that's the end you're facing. So breathing, pushing foot into hand, hand into foot, lifting only as high as it feels good for you to do so. 3, 2, 1. And gently release. Give those legs a little walk through. So coming onto that right foot, spread the toes, ground into the legs. Start to bring the left foot behind and just bring those hands onto the inside of the big toes. Again, trying to square hips, trying to square shoulders. Push the foot into the hand into the foot. Maybe the hand is rested. Maybe it's out in front. Maybe we're giving our love, pushing out. We can take a little mudra, one hand, using that first finger to thumb. All balance tricks here. I keep that eye gaze focused, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, release. I give those legs a little wriggle if you need. Just coming to the front of your mat, spreading the toes, inhaling, lifting those arms. Maybe taking a little baby back bend here, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forwards, exhale as you tip from the hips and find that fold. Inhale, fingertips or shins to that flat back, exhale as you fold, stepping back or jumping back if you jump, land in your chaturanga in your hover. Inhale as you lift and open, and this time just sink your way back into a child's pose. So hips coming over heels. You can rock here or just push the heels of the hands to keep finding hips over heels. And rest the forehead down, maybe the arms stay. Or maybe they sweep round to touch the feet, dropping shoulders. So just slowing that breath back down. Breathing in through the nose and filling up the belly. Exhaling, allowing the belly to sink, allowing the body to flop over the legs. And just bringing those hands underneath the shoulders, start to push into the floor to lift the head. And we're going to take a little reach forwards with our hands. Just bring those feet, knees and feet hip distance apart. Keep creeping the hands forward, maybe to the front of your mat or close. We're going to start to sink the heart down. But as we do that, push the floor away so that we're not just dumping down here. We're actively pushing the floor so that as we sink, the shoulders stay strong. We're just trying to find chest to the floor or chin or forehead down. So our puppy dog or our melting heart pose. Just finding that nice bit of upper back extension. Slowing the breath down. Keep pushing into the hands actively so that they're working. And then pushing harder into those hands to start to walk those hands back to all fours. We're going to take a little either jump or walk or just find your way to a seated position. But if you want to think about a little float through, maybe you want to try a little bunny hop. So lift the knees, a little bunny hop up, or maybe a little bunny hop to bring the feet close to the hands, or maybe we start to try and jump them through. So just coming to a seated position and bring those legs out in front of you. Draw both toes, all 10 toes, not both toes, all 10 toes up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the thighs, lift the heels. Lift through the chest, shoulders down the back and rest the arms. So just finding deep belly breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep lifting through the crown of the head, working the core really hard here to keep your spine as tall as it can possibly be. Squeeze through the thighs to keep those heels lifting up. One more breath. Start to draw the right knee in. And start to drop that knee wide. Bring the foot to the inside of the thigh. Just ground through those sit bones if you need to. Inhale to find length. Exhale, folding over the left leg. Start to draw yourself down, maybe holding the outside of the leg if you can reach around the outside of the foot. And then square those shoulders off, draw the chin towards the shin, looking to our big toe. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can always close your eyes in any posture to feel maybe deeper into where you need to release and let go with your exhales. One more breath. Inhale, start to walk the hands back up. Take the left hand to the right knee. Start to twist and rotate. So try to look round, maybe looking round behind if it feels comfortable. Or eye gaze can stay just to the side. In through the nose, out through the mouth. On the inhale, just come halfway back and start to take the left hand down the left leg. So the same, the straight leg, your arm starts to bring ear to knee or elbow to knee or shoulder towards knee. Maybe grab hold of the big toe with the fingers. We can then sweep the right arm up and over. So find that little C shape that we worked on in standing earlier on. Little side bend and open. Keep those left toes pulling towards you. You should, maybe you've got hold of one of the toes, the big toe as well. But keep squeezing through the thigh. See if you can lift the heel away as well. Inhale, start to come back up. And then we're going to just swap those legs over. So right leg becomes our straight leg, left knee hugs in, roll the knee wide. And just ground through the sit bones, removing any fleshy parts to do so. Keep those right toes pulling up. Lift through the chest, turn, and fold over that straight leg. So we always fold from the hips in yoga. We don't want to round through the spine. We want to keep that spine long. And again, we're trying to square off. Shoulders over the leg. Chin reaching towards the knee or the shin, looking to our big toe. It doesn't matter how far into this posture you are. Please just go where you feel something. We never want to feel pain. We always just want to feel something happening. It may feel discomfort. You may feel discomfort, sorry. And that's always okay, but never pain. And again, remembering that rule, if we're breathing too heavily, probably because we're in too far. Inhale, start to walk yourself back up. Take a little twist, right hand, left knee. Start to lift through the crown of the head as you turn. Make sure you're not piling the weight on that left hand behind you. Use the core muscles to bring you up so that we're working through that stable center, that strong center to find the twist. Inhale, gently coming halfway back. Take that right hand down the right leg. Maybe we grab the big toe. Use those peace fingers to wrap around. Left arm up and over to find that C shape into the spine. Trying to push the chest forward. You can even just rest the hand behind the back of the head here to encourage opening and lifting the chest towards the bent leg so that we're not collapsing around in here. And remember, we can squeeze the front of the thigh to bridge any gap below the knee. And lift the heel, release the hands, inhale, come back up to center. And just draw both legs in. Just lift the bottom off the floor and reset the bottom down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open the soles of the feet like a book. Squeeze the outside of the knees to draw the knees wide. Lift to find length. And we're tipping forwards. If you can, squeeze those elbows in close to ribs. You may prefer a little gentle help and encouragement of those knees wide with the elbows. Ideally, chin is tipping to find the floor in front. But again, maybe you're here. Maybe you're sitting upright because this is enough. So just working with what feels right for you, right for your body. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Finding every deep belly breath that you can possibly get. Reminding your body it's safe to breathe. And your body is safe because we always have that breath there to go back to. Inhale, carefully start to push your way up. Just bring those knees together if they need a little bit of help. Roll yourself down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest as you roll yourself down. And maybe you want to take a few little rock and rolls here. So you can work through tucking chin to chest, gently rolling back, seeing if you can keep that nice and slow so that the core has to do a little bit of work. Little gentle massage of the spine, or if you get stuck, that's a good sign. So maybe releasing hands, having a few little rock and rolls, maybe holding feet, holding knees, many different ways we can roll. And then coming from seated, arms out, see if we can roll down as slowly as we possibly can. So core nice and tight, shoulders, keeping those feet grounded towards the floor and rolling onto the floor. When you get that, feet nice and wide, drop both knees to one side and gently rock side to side. So finding that windscreen wipering of the knees, allowing those legs to just flop gently side to side. Maybe the neck goes to the opposite side, so looking to the opposite side, rolling the back of the head across the mat. Nice little massage for those occipital muscles, the muscles that come into the base of the spine, of the skull, sorry. Oh, I can't talk today, can I? And then slowly winding that in, coming to stillness, walk the feet in. Reach the hands through, bringing the soles of the feet up, grab the outsides of the soles of the feet and drop the knees wide, finding happy baby. Try to lengthen that tailbone down to the floor. Knees are squeezing outwards, they're trying to reach the floor either side of the torso. Maybe you rock that here. It's quite nice to feel a little extra hip lengthen and open. You may have a little doggy. Oh, hi, Madeline. Just in time for Shabbat. So just lengthening those legs away, allowing the feet to drop out. Arms nice and wide. Just draw the shoulders down and back underneath you. Arms wide, palms up. Heels in, toes rolling outwards. And just closing down the eyes here and taking these last few moments to find your breath. So breathing in, filling up the belly. Exhaling, allowing the belly to drop down and in towards the spine. Just finding each belly breath deeper and longer. Slowing the breath, calming the mind. With each inhale, drawing in all that positive energy, processing everything great that your body's just done. With every exhale, letting go of anything you no longer wish to hold on to, sending away any negative energy. Drawing in positive on that inhale, maybe on the exhale, push that beautiful positive energy down through the back of your body into the earth for healing. In through the nose, filling up, exhaling, letting go. And just spending these last few moments in silence and stillness. And then when you're ready to start to welcome in the world again, just start to think about wriggling toes, wriggling fingers, maybe circling the wrists, circling ankles. If it feels good to take a stretch overhead, stretching overhead or hugging those knees into the chest. And then maybe hugging the knees in, rolling onto the right hand side, just taking a moment curled into a ball on your right hand side. Walking your way up to a seated position. Any comfortable seat, doesn't matter which way you end up facing. Resting the hands, keeping that chin tucked down to the chest, finding length through the spine. On a big inhale, fill up that belly. On an exhale, let it all go. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling, letting go. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhaling the hands down through heart center. Namaste. Thank you. Manny, what have you got? Come here. She's got a carrot. She's gone. Thank you so much. And see you all soon. Still trying to use my bloody computer.